What's going on, guys? It's Alex back again, and I'm going to continue a trend that went on last year that I kind of never finished. This was started as, if you don't know what this is, this was started by Vinyl Richie, and it was continued by Andy Borders, who back then was Andy's Vinyl Den. And I did this for a bit as well, but never really finished it. So I'm going to jump back on the bandwagon and finally get around to finishing this. And this is, so if you don't know what it is, it's where you show albums from each year of the 80s, from 1980 up to 1989, and do like 10 albums from each of those years in different videos. The last time I did this was in 1982. That was the year I got up to. So this is 1983, and I do want to give a shout out to one album that would have made #1, but because I don't own a copy of it on any format, I can't talk about it. And it's a shame I don't own it, because it's one of my favourite albums of all time, and that is Speaking in Tongues by Talking Heads. So I'm giving that a shout out, even though I don't own a copy, unfortunately. So let's get on with this list, starting off with what is playing in the background. Heaven 17, The Luxury Gap. Of course, the big track on here was Temptation. I do like Heaven 17, not my favourite band from the 80s, maybe, but yeah, I had to give that a mention because it's still maybe their best album from front to back. So let's get into the rest of these albums from 1983. Going from 10 up to 1, favourite wise, like I said. I can't talk about Speaking in Tongues because I don't own it, but so this list would be different if I had that album. Each one of these would probably be moved down a slot, so just keep that in mind. But coming in 10th place for me, well, I shouldn't say 10th place, I'll just talk about them. So first one is Eliminator by ZZ Top. One of the first albums I ever bought, and definitely a classic. Of course, I really like the song Fug on this album. I think that might be my favourite song on here. We also got Legs and Sharp Dressed Man on here as well. So this is easily maybe my favourite album by them. I think the only album I've actually heard from front to back, to be honest with you, but still a good album. I think that was a bargain bin find, so that was nice to pick that up when I found it. Yeah, great album. Let's Dance from David Bowie. A lot of people don't like this album. I like it. I think it might be because I'm into the funk and I'm into disco, and this album kind of has that influence, of course, being produced by Nile Rodgers. So yeah, it's going to have that influence, so that's probably why I like it so much. Of course, you've got Let's Dance on here, you've got China Girl, Modern Love, Cat People. Can't go wrong with this one, in my opinion anyway. I really like it. So yeah, Let's Dance by David Bowie. Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams. Their best album? No, definitely not their best album, but their most recognisable, just because of the song Sweet Dreams, and as the sticker also says, Love is a Stranger as well. Their most iconic album, not their best album, but the one everyone seems to pick up, at least in my area, so had to give that a mention. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. Love all of Lionel's albums, so I think his first one's obviously my favourite one, but his second one, you always see it, so it's nothing new, but I really like it. Of course, you got All Night Long on this one, Running with the Night, Hello, Stuck on You, Penny Lover, so all the classic Lionel tracks that everybody knows, so of course that's going to get a mention. Another Page by Christopher Cross I'm going to talk about. Very, very good album. Great follow-up to his self-titled debut from '79, I believe. But yeah, this is an album I knew nothing about other than the name. But fantastic album. I actually need to go back and listen to this because I haven't listened to this in a long time. I just remember really liking this album. So I need to go back and listen to this one again. But just know, when I listened to it, I had so much fun listening to it that I'm going to go back and listen to it again. Very soon, I think. But yeah, that one was good. George Benson, In Your Eyes. Another great George Benson album. You've got Inside Love, Lady Love Me One More Time, Use Me, the title track even, In Your Eyes. So, great album from George Benson there. I do like a bit of George Benson, not gonna lie, so had to talk about that album for sure. Great soul album. Here's one everyone might connect with a bit more than the ones I've shown. Actually, all four of these next ones you might appreciate a bit more than those first 6 that I showed. But anyways, this is Synchronicity by The Police. The only album from The Police I was missing until recently, so I'm super glad I finally found a nice copy of this. But yes, absolutely brilliant album. I can see why it's everybody's favourite. Of course, Every Breath You Take's on here, and that is a beautiful track. It may be my favourite Police song, without a doubt, so I had to have that in there. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. I've talked about this before, I'm sure, but I do have the same birthday as Billy Joel, which I think is incredible. Of course, on this one you've got Easy Money, you've got Uptown Girl, you've got Christy Lee. Great. Just an absolutely phenomenal album from Billy Joel, so not gonna argue putting this one on my list. Nor this one. The Hurtin' by Tears for Fears. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic album. Pale Shelter, Mad World, Stuff for the Children. Very dark album, but still very upbeat. I think that's a common theme amongst Tears for Fears. Because they had songs were very upbeat and very dancey, but they had very dark and depressing lyrics. So, but I like that sort of thing. Funny enough, because George Benson did the same thing. So yeah, that's Tears for Fears, The Hurtin'. And outside of Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues, I'm going to mention it because just in case you guys aren't paying attention. This is my favourite album from '83, outside of Speaking in Tongues, from Talking Heads. Genesis self-titled album. You can disagree with this one all you like, but this is the first Genesis album I ever heard. This is easily my favourite Genesis album, even if it's just for side A. Which you've got Mama, That's All, Home by the Sea, and Second Home by the Sea. So this is absolutely brilliant. This is an album I remember from my childhood, pretty much, because we had a family friend who listened to this album all the time. Anytime we would see him, he'd be singing the songs from this album, or he'd be listening to it in the car or whatever. You've also got Illegal Alien on here, which at first was a song I didn't like, but I came to love it in the end. So yes, my favourite Genesis album is making, for now, my favourite album of '83. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for tuning back into the channel. Thanks for bearing with me. And I hope to see you guys again soon, but if I don't, it's because I'll be in Florida, just chilling by the pool and sitting in the sun by the pool. So, yeah. So if you don't hear from me for a week, that'll be why. Or at least from Saturday onwards. So, anyways, hope to see you guys again soon. Peace.